All right, what's up, everyone? How y'all doing today? We got an interesting topic today. I got my Bitcoin inscription shirt on. So, for any Bitcoiners out there, if y'all know about Bitcoin, y'all see y'all see that inscription, and y'all see the children too. So, yeah, we there. I was there, but let's get right into it. Let me cut this ChatGPT on. Well, it's a hot day out here. Man, it's a hot day every day, honestly. It's always sunny unless it's raining. All right, Kunsabani Mai.
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. I'll keep things relaxed and easygoing, but with a professional touch as you asked. Let me know what you'd like to chat about.
All right, got the iPad with me and sitting outside by the pool, and I want to talk about source of truth today, and like source of truth, and like how the blockchain will provide a pillar for like source of truth, and like, because with the AI evolving and Photoshop and all that stuff has been around, so it's like the source of truth, it's always been a problem, but like with the AI coming into effect, it's like the source of truth, like the amount, or like the amount of stuff that you couldn't tell, like it multiplied now. So I can't figure out what word I'm trying to get out to say it, but it's amplified. The amount of fake stuff is amplified. There we go, because of just the AI, and just a common person just being able to open up the app and start pressing stuff. So before I go too far, like, what do you think of that?
Absolutely, I follow what you're saying, and I'll keep it in that professional tone as you requested. In essence, you're highlighting a pretty significant modern challenge. With AI tools and easy editing software, it's true that the volume of manipulated or inauthentic content out there is growing, so the source of truth becomes more and more blurred. From a formal standpoint, the idea of blockchain as a pillar of truth is quite relevant. Blockchains offer a form of immutability and verifiability that can help anchor what we consider trustworthy information. So I think you're on a strong track. Using blockchain to establish a verifiable source of truth definitely helps cut through the noise of all that amplified fake content out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's only but so many ways you can combat that. And I think when you go to the bank and you can have someone witness like a signed document, that's a I forgot what you call it. What do you call that again? When you have when you go to the bank and you have someone witness you signing a paper, like it's an actual job. I just can't think of the title.
You're thinking of a notary public. Basically, it's that official witness who certifies that your signature is genuine on a document, and in a formal sense, it's kind of a nice analogy. Just like a notary serves as a trusted human verifier, a blockchain can serve as a kind of digital notary, verifying and preserving the authenticity of information. So I think that's a good comparison, and definitely a good way to frame it.
Yeah, definitely the notary. So this person, you would go take whatever that you wanted to like certify. Usually it's a document, because sign it, blah 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 blah. So it'll be a document requiring a signature. Maybe it's something of value, maybe it's something of trade, maybe in an agreement, just something along those lines. And then your signature, the other person's signature, and then the person witnessing it. And so it's kind of like a three-way handshake through everyone saying that, hey, this is legit. Yeah, so the blockchain.
Exactly.
Oh, go ahead.
Sure, absolutely. So just to carry on with that plot, the blockchain sort of acts as that digital equivalent of a notary's handshake. In other words, once something's recorded on the blockchain, it's like having that trusted witness permanently confirming that, yes, this is legit, and it's preserved in a tamper-proof way. So that definitely ties right back to what you're saying. It's all about creating that reliable pillar of truth in a world where it's getting easier to create things that aren't so genuine.
Do you think that there would be a I don't know, could you see something going wrong? Because we're only talking about the benefits. Could you can you highlight maybe a few negative things or negative aspects?
Certainly, and I'll keep it in that professional tone as you asked for. While the blockchain definitely has its strengths in creating a source of truth, it's wise to acknowledge that no system is flawless. For instance, one potential downside is that once something incorrect is recorded on the blockchain, it's pretty much permanent. That means errors or misinformation can't be easily corrected without a new entry to counter it, which could get a bit complicated. Another thing is that even though blockchain can verify data, it doesn't inherently verify the truthfulness of the original input. In other words, if someone enters something that's not true, the blockchain will keep it intact, but it doesn't magically make that piece of data true. It just keeps it transparent and tamper-proof. So while blockchain is a great tool, it's good to be aware that it doesn't eliminate every challenge and still needs careful human oversight.
Yeah, that's a that's a good way to put it. Yeah, because then it would really get messy if you created, or maybe you minted or created something on chain and it had XYZ in it, but it really needed to have ABC in it. Then you'd have to, let the community know, like, hey, you'd have to redirect traffic, and yeah, it really could get messy. So you probably have to really pick and choose what you want to put on chain, or at least when you start directing people to it, you need to really be cautious, so to speak. Let's see, what else can, I know there's some other stuff that could go wrong, but what do you think about the risk to reward? Like, is it more better, or is it more better? Is it worth it? That's some Maryland shit.
Absolutely.
My bad, go ahead.
No worries at all. So to give you that formal take, when weighing the risk versus reward of using blockchain as a source of truth, it generally does lean more on the beneficial side. The transparency and security it offers are quite strong advantages, but like you said, you do have to be cautious and selective about what you put on chain. In a for me sense, the overall reward is often worth it if the information truly benefits from being immutable and publicly verifiable, but it does come with that responsibility to manage it carefully. So yes, in a nutshell, it's worth it, but it requires mindful handling.
Yeah, I think that having to keep up with updating, and I don't know, man. I think that, like you said, it just makes everything easier from just like a business standpoint, because it's just like the path of least resistance. Just using the blockchain to document stuff instead of actually going and finding a person. It's just, I mean, the blockchain is going to take over certain jobs. AI is going to take over certain jobs. People are going to have to find a way to, adjust in their daily living, because certain jobs and certain things are going to be changing. And this is one of the, this could actually lead to a huge area, a field of interest, where people that want to create systems that certify, and this is a big there's a lot of money that could be made in certifying and stuff on the blockchain. Like, what do you think of that aspect?
Absolutely, and I'll keep it in that same formal tone for you. I think you're spot on that this shift does create a whole new field of opportunity. Essentially, businesses that specialize in helping others navigate how to certify or verify information on the blockchain could become really valuable. In other words, there's definitely a market for expertise in this area, and it could lead to new kinds of jobs and services as traditional roles evolve. So from a business standpoint, yes, it's a pathway of least resistance in many ways, and it opens up a whole new sector. It's definitely a space where a lot of innovation and, yes, financial opportunity could grow.
Man, there's a damn huge bee chasing me around. I had to get out of there. It's just over on the floor, there's not on the floor, but it's on the ground, like in the grass right now. Boy, see, this is what happens when you outside in Thailand trying to record, boy. Bees, bugs, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so yeah, the opportunity for growth and just the potential, like you said, a new sector in the space that can be created for people to leverage their knowledge and expertise, like through a job, like providing a service. So providing a service as far as creating a system of source of truth, yeah, I think that's really going to be a beneficial play for anybody that thinks they want to tackle that. So to summarize everything up and bring it to full circle, can you give me a great closing statement? Just go on, just monologue for a minute, because I'm over here. Actually, I was getting chased by this bee, and I had to, I had to run away for a second. So just monologue for a second on a closing statement, please.
Of course, I'll sum it up in a nice 4-0 wrap-up for you. In conclusion, the idea of leveraging blockchain as a source of truth represents not just a technological shift, but a genuine evolution in how we verify and trust information. As we noted, it can simplify processes, reduce the need for certain traditional roles, and open up new opportunities for businesses and individuals to offer services in this emerging space. At the same time, we recognize the importance of careful management and the understanding that while blockchain can ensure transparency, it doesn't automatically guarantee truth without thoughtful input. Ultimately, embracing this technology can indeed lead to growth in new sectors, and it's a worthwhile avenue for those ready to navigate it wisely. So thanks for the chat, and hopefully that gives you a solid closing thought while you escape that bee.
All right, thank you. Loud Polka Mai.
Hopgan my crop. It was my pleasure. Let me know anytime you want to chat again.
All right, so definitely got to start throwing those little sayings in there. So y'all will hear me say "see you later" or "how are you doing." I'll say that in Thai, and she'll say it right back to me. So there's that. My bad. I keep on staring at this deer. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's playing dead or what. It's just over here on the ground. Like, I just keep watching because I don't want it to come up behind me. But yeah, so source of truth. That's some real like topic. You know, that's some real shit. Like, motherfuckers really have to identify like the source of where this information is coming from, because when the AI comes, like, everything's gonna go, you're never gonna know what's gonna be what at that point, and you're not gonna know who created this and da 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 da. So, you know, then don't let some like AI controversial article get created that's not even true. Don't let a Google or Yahoo or something, you know, a big media outlet get a hold of that, because you know, actually, let's go back in. I wanna ask a scenario about that. I was about to shut it down, but hold on a second. I got a question. So I was talking about, well, we were talking about the source of truth, right? So what if just give me a scenario what you think will happen. So if there's a document the guy created, like, and it like had all kinds of propaganda in it, and it wasn't true, but people thought it was true, and it was like, you know, you got to verify where this came from. Everybody thought that this article came from a verified source and it was true, but it wasn't. And then let's say like Google, Yahoo, MSN, like huge news media outlets got a hold of this, and then it got published. Like, you know, what kind of like controversy, like, you know, this could start off all kinds of nonsense. So like, just to go back to the source of truth, and then like it maybe getting in the wrong hands.
Absolutely. Let me paint that scenario for you in a professional way. If a document containing false information, maybe even propaganda, was somehow recorded or circulated as if it came from a credible source, and then large media outlets like Google News or Yahoo picked it up.
Hold on, but add on that it's still on the blockchain too. So this is a item that got placed on the blockchain that can't be, you know, altered, and then there's another version of it that's going, so like factor that into, bring the blockchain into this aspect.
Absolutely, let's factor that in. So if that piece of misinformation is not only picked up by major media outlets, but is also anchored immutably on the blockchain, then you have an additional layer of complexity. Essentially, the blockchain would preserve that record permanently, making it harder to fully correct the narrative because that misinformation has a kind of indelible digital footprint. In a formal sense, this scenario shows that while blockchain can serve as a source of truth, it can also preserve errors or falsehoods if they're recorded as fact. That could lead to prolonged controversy, as people would have to work harder to clarify and debunk the false information.
Right.
It's a reminder that even a tool meant to secure truth can be misused if the original input isn't reliable, and that's why human oversight and verification remain crucial.
All right, cool. Like, I just wanted to run that scenario real quick, because in the closing statement, I started thinking about that, and I was like, you know, before I close it, let me run it back and ask you that. So thanks for clearing that up, and I'll see you later. So with that being said, I had to bring that in real quick before I shut it down. So yeah, that's kind of what will happen. Like, gotta go through all kinds of nonsense just to fucking, you know, backtrack and take all that down. But, you know, if we started off on the right foot with the right source, we wouldn't have to deal with none of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it right there. source of truth. I'm gonna get out of here. This damn bee fucking come bother me some more.